Hey guys, hi, welcome. This is Kishia Monique. Welcome to This God and Me. TGIM right here in the house where we are here. We are here. Okay, what are we doing? No, just kidding. Hey, this is another part of my video. I was talking about a tool that helped me eliminate my debt. Um, and this is just a part two about how velocity banking allowed me to be able to pay off my debt. And I just want to give you a quick little discussion, maybe a little talk about how I use this how I use this tool, what it did for me. And you know, the funniest thing, because I was just sitting here and I had this perfect little script in my head talking about velocity banking and what it did and how it actually works. And in my head, I was going through, oh, I'm going to say it like this. And I totally forgot what it is, exactly how it was going in my head. And welcome to my world, y'all. But that's okay. We're going to get through it anyway. Let me tell you how velocity banking works, okay? So for me, this is how it worked for me. I was struggling with a lot of credit card debt. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you are a spender, I'm putting this disclaimer in there. If you are a spender like I was in the past, because that was my past. We about to hit 2026. We're going into the future. We're going into eliminating this debt so that you can start building more for yourself. That's what I'm doing. And I was the spender. Not anymore. Can't do it. It has not gotten me anywhere. So if you are a spender, then you might want to think about changing that so that you can get this concept. And when you get it, you're going to uh, be grateful. I'm telling you, you're going to be at so much peace. So how I use velocity banking, basically it's a tool that you take your income, all of your income. Okay, let's talk about if we use it for a credit card. You can what you really want to do first, let me go back. What you really want to do is be able to gain either a personal line of credit or a home equity line of credit. Those are the two biggest advantages about using velocity banking, because it literally allows you to cut interest on all those other things that you're paying off and use that income to be able to take it and pay off your debt at a faster pace. Okay, you get to eliminate paying off like being your mortgage. If you use a home equity line of credit for your mortgage, you can take that mortgage and cut down the interest rate and be able to pay it off in less years. So that's just the simple things, a simple wording about it. It gives you an opportunity to have those lines of credit to help you pay off your debt, then and using your cash flow. So you have your income, you have your expenses, and then you have your cash flow. Your cash flow is what you are trying to gain and increase. And that's what velocity banking allows you to do. So what I did 2 years ago, 3 years ago, actually it's almost been 3 years now. 3 years ago, what I did is I had credit card debt. And I looked at all my credit cards and I wanted to see which ones that I wanted to pay off faster. And then what I also did is I took what bills could I take that I'm paying out of my bank account that I could put as that are chargeable on my credit cards. And when I realized what things were chargeable, like my social media apps, some of your utilities can be charged on a credit card, your food, your gas, those kind of things are considered chargeable expenses. Those were the things that I switched from my bank account to my credit card. And then what I did was I took my income, my total income. So let's say if my income a month is $5,000 a month, okay? And I'm bringing home $5,000 a month. This is just a not specific. Don't be in here quoting me. Well, you know, I'm doing basic explanation. You have $5,000 in income. Now your expenses would be, let's say, $3,000 in expenses. So your cash flow is $2,000, $2,000. Now out of that $3,000, let's say you have $1,000 worth of chargeable expenses. Okay. We want to pay down that credit card that may be at a maxed out at $5,000. All right. And we're going to switch over our $1,000 chargeable expenses to our credit card so that every month those expenses are going to be charged on that credit card. And then what we do is we take the amount of money that we have that are the expenses that need to stay in the bank account. Okay. So we have $3,000 worth of expenses. 2,000 of that is going to stay in the bank, that 2,000. And then the other $1,000 of expenses have been switched to the credit card. So you have $5,000 in income. So we're going to say now we only have $2,000 of expenses, which leaves us with $3,000 of cash flow. Actually, 2,000 cash flow, because we're going to eliminate 1,000 of that. Now, what I did was I took the $2,000, the $3,000, I took that and I applied it to my $5,000 credit card. Now that $3,000 is going to eliminate the monthly fee that you would have to pay on that $5,000 credit card. And now that brings your balance down from $5,000 to $2,000 because you applied $3,000 onto that card. Now what's going to happen is that at $1,000 of expenses, those chargeable expenses are going to come off of that, and then that's going to be added in. And then once that adds in, it brings your balance back up to what I say, 5,000, 3,000. So it brings it back up to, that gives you 5,000. You'll have a $2,000 balance because you have 3,000 on there. So to bring it back up to like $3,000 because you charged your $1,000 of chargeable expenses. Then the next month, you're going to do the same thing, but your balance is coming down further because your cash flow is what is paying down your credit cards, and the interest is cutting the interest on your credit card as well, because you're paying it down by a limit, by putting the extra money that you have that's paying down your credit card. Then it charges back the expenses, and then it pays it down over the month. So your $5,000, which normally would probably take you, if you're doing just the minimum payment, at least 3 years or even longer to pay off by just paying that minimum payment, you're eliminating that by putting that amount on there and getting it paid off within a month and a half to 2 months. Bingo. One credit card down, out the door. Don't close the account. Just put it to the side and only use 30% of your cards. Yeah, I think it's 30%. If not, use 25% of them. Don't use them at the maximum like I did. I was maxing my stuff out. So what I did for 2 years, I did that. Once I paid off one of my credit cards, then I switched over the chargeable expenses to the next credit card that I wanted to pay. Now, during this time of me paying it off, I made sure that I paid the minimum, a little bit more than the minimum amount due on the other credit cards that I had, because I knew that eventually, once I paid that credit card off, I was going to go to the next one and use the same concept over again. I'm keeping my bankable expenses in my bank account. And then I'm taking my chargeable expenses, transferring them to the charge card, so that the credit card, so that I could go ahead and take my income and apply it to that credit card to pay down my balance sooner. So within 2 years, I was able to eliminate pretty much the majority of my credit cards, except for like maybe 2, because I have a lot of credit cards. I probably have like about 5 or 6 credit cards. But now I'm understanding how it works for you and not against you, if you're smart enough to not be a spender and understand what your purpose is. My purpose now and why is that I am wanting to build not only generational wealth, but I love to invest, and I want to be able to increase my investments. So the only way that I can increase my investments is getting this tool to help me pay off my debt, so that I can have more cash flow that I could allocate to other things, instead of always allocating to things that are not going to bring me any kind of purpose or any value. You know, you could go buy a couch. What is that couch going to bring you back? How is that couch going to bring you back more cash flow or more passive income into your pocket, so that you can do things that you really want to do? Like, I want to be able to go on more trips with my daughters and with my kids. I have, children that have been adopted into my family, into my life, that I care for and that I take care of. And I want to show them things that they may not have been able to experience with their biological family members. And some of they're adults now. They're young adults, but still they're adults now, but I still like to go on trips with them and do all that stuff, because sometimes they never experienced it before, and it's something they want to do. Well, I want to be able to open up my life to share that with them, to be able to share that with my kids and with my family members. So this Velocity Banking allowed me to realize and understand how I can take my tools that I have right here at home. I don't have to go out to the bank. I don't have to go out and get a second and third and fourth and fifth job just to pay my bills anymore. I used to do that. I used to have to work 2 and 3 jobs just so that I can make ends meet. And then when I got married, Lord Jesus, it seemed like it got worse. And I was working 2 jobs. And I didn't like that. I didn't like having to work two jobs. And that was all because I had bad habits. Let's just be real. I wanted to buy everything. Whatever I liked, I wanted to go get it. No, that is not how it's supposed to work. But that's the truth. That's just reality. That's my reality. That's my story. That's my truth. That I literally had to go out and that's what I did. But now that I came into this concept, it has totally freed me from being in bondage, especially in my mindset. I don't no longer have to worry about if I have enough money to do this or if I have enough money to do that, because I can use this concept, and I used it to open up doors that has allowed me to pay off things that I thought was going to take me literally 30, 40 years or longer to pay it off, because I didn't think, and I'm just exaggerating with the years, because in my mind, that's what it felt like. I will never, ever, ever be able to eliminate my debt. And that wasn't true. I was able to do it, and I'm continually doing it because I'm continually taking what I'm making and I'm investing in other things. All right. So that's the gist of velocity banking. I hope I did not confuse you. Please put in the comments and let me know, what is it that you want to do. Are you interested in paying off debt? Are you interested in knowing how to use this tool? Are you interested in gaining more cash flow that you have to put towards other things? That's what velocity banking allows you to do when you use it the right way. And that's what I had to learn. You have to really change your mindset. You have to really get out of your fear of not wanting, get out of the fear of thinking that it's not going to work, or how am I really sure? Faith without works is dead. If you don't have faith and put it to action, it ain't going to work. And I have to tell you that my friend helped me to get over that. That's another story at another time. But hey, thank you for listening to me. If you want to know more about how I was able to to use this tool to get out of debt, hit me up, DM me. Like, subscribe, and share to TGIM, This God and Me, Kishia Monique. I'm just here to share what God gave me, the tools he gave me, the elementary way, the elementary way of being able to secure your life and not be stressed out. All right. So, hey, look me up, TGIM, Kishia Monique, This God and Me. Come on in the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. God the Father, the Son loves you. God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit loves you, and so do I. We're going to get this together. Bye-bye.